Malik, Crystal Rich, nice to meet you. 3 new quarterbacks on this team. How did day one overall go for you working with all those guys?
Right. I mean, day one was good. Got a good few throws from Russ. Got a few throws from, Dart. So it was good seeing those guys out there competing. First day at camp, so everybody jittery to get out here. So I mean, it was a good day.
What's your impression of Russ?
He's a great leader. He's more of those quarterbacks that gets everybody going. So we needed that in the huddle today. We kind of started off slow, but with Russ, leadership, we picked things up at the end.
How's Toe doing?
Toe is good. In spring we had a great rehab to try to get me back. So I'm back, feeling good, feeling a little bit better, healthy. Out there running around, I felt good.
Is that something you expect will be managed as you go through camp?
I'm sure it will be. It's something that I got to take up with, Dave's and the guys upstairs and training staff. But I think we got a great plan of going on into day by day. Yeah, that's probably it.
Did you ever think about surgery or anything like that with it? Or is it just...
That's not up in the air, but decisions will be made, when the time is made. Right now I'm just focusing on, locking in, getting ready for the season, being out there with my guys. It felt good to get out there and run around.
Is it something they expect to go away?
Not sure. Time will tell.
You said the surgery is up in there, so that's something you've discussed in the past? Or?
I mean, it's been a talk about it. Just never really came to complete thought in mind for me to do it. But I've been managing it well. Been running around, feeling pretty good. So, I mean, everything has been going good with the rehab. So my toe is feeling better. I'm just happy to be out there with my guys now.
Malik, after the way last year went for you, there's obviously a lot of expectations surrounding how you can follow that up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage that?
With the work, with the work ethic that I have, the work that I put in, expectations is always high for me. But the work we're showed during the season of whether you stay at home doing nothing or you put your foot forward and try to get better. So I think I did a great job this offseason of trying to get better. So the work we're showing this season.
Malik, you said you and everyone were really excited to get out here today. I know it is extremely early, but what is your early sense of what this offense could be?
I think we can be very explosive. We got a lot of talent on our side of the football. We just have to load the mental errors down, make sure we're all confident in what we're doing. And I say the sky's the limit for us. We just gotta narrow some of the little things down, and we should be up and rolling.
Malik, when you got here last year, the quarterback position, the future of it was in flux. Daniel last year.
Yeah.
I think of the best quarterbackers like Peyton and Marvin Harrison grew together, Burrow and Chase
Right.
grew together. Do you think, when you think of the future, about you and Jaxson Dart growing together?
I mean, that's the main thought of why they drafted him. Is to come in, learn a lot, and when his time comes, and we can develop that that on the field relationship. But the past was the past, now is the future, and we just focus on moving forward right now. And that's really our thought in our head right now.
What kind of relationship do you have with Dart? Because I know you know him through Trey a
Yeah.
little bit. So, is that a little bit different than start from scratch with, say, a different quarterback?
I mean, it's not really any different. I feel to say, me and Dart, like you say, with Trey, I got a good relationship with him. Asked a lot of questions about Dart from, Trey. Had a lot of great things to say. Dart is one of those, guys. He loves, to be around his receivers for sure. We go eat out to dinner, so we have a lot of conversations, just getting to know each other. So I think, when it's his time, and we should be clicking on moving forward. So.
How long have you been watching Russell Wilson, and what's it like to be catching passes?
I mean, I've been watching him since Super Bowl, when he won. So I've been watching him a long time. My favorite team was the Seahawks at the time, but I was really on defense at the time. So Legion of Boom was really going up. I've been watching him a long time, and to get, great passes from him, get to see, his leadership. I understand now why he's been doing it for so long. So to have that, on side of me in my locker room is just an extra mentor that I have on side of me. So I'm kind of taking that challenge up to, move forward and be better myself. And hopefully, we can do some great things this year.
What is it about that leadership that you mentioned from Russ that sticks out?
There's just the overall talking, making sure we're all on the same page, making sure guys is in and out, making sure we know what we're doing, having that relationship with everybody in the building. That's a leader. When you have relationships with the staff, the cook, the people upstairs, the training staff, I think it shows a different kind of leader of why he's been in the game so long, and what he's able to do off the field is carry on the field. So that's what makes him so great, and that's the things that he's showing to me now. So I'm taking bit by bit, step by step. So just looking after him has been a great person to have on that side.
You put up some big numbers, obviously. As a rookie, the team didn't win much. what do you know now about success in the league and your own success now that you didn't know when you were standing here?
I mean, granted, you know, like you said, you know, I had a lot of success, but it's a lot of more success that I wanted to have. Missed 2 games, so you know, moving forward, what I know now is, you know, I can play in the league. I can do great things, but it's all about how you know, look at last year, try to, you know, clean up a lot of little mental errors, little steps that I had last year. So I was just locked in on finding those little things to better myself. So I feel like once you better yourself like every year in the league, you start to make more and more progress as you go. So that's the biggest step that I took.
Can you be the best receiver in the league?
I can be, you know. The work, like I said, the work is gonna always show. There's a lot of guys that work all year round. So the work will show. I feel like I should be one of those top guys in a few years, if not next year. You know, that's just me personally. But you know, time will tell.
Malik, you came from a winning program in college. How much did all that losing last year wear on you?
I mean, losing is part of the game. I mean, there's failure with the championships that have been won. There's failure with the greats. So, I mean, you always got to take a step backwards in life sometimes to move forward. So that was just my step back. You know, like you said, I come from a winning program, but I got to take this winning program here now. So to be a leader myself, you know, to get guys going with me, that's how you create a winning atmosphere around here. And I feel like that's the steps that we're taking this year. The guys upstairs, you know, management, the team, Dave, you know, upstairs, that did a great job of putting more leaders in this building. And we're moving forward with that now. I'm really having a good feeling about, you know, this upcoming season.
Malik, wide receivers, you know, we talked about this, such a dependent position, right? So how much interest did you have? How much were you paying attention during this offseason when they were bringing Russ, bringing James, drafting Jackson, those things?
I think, you know, Dave's did a great job of just, you know, putting me, you know, asking me questions about, you know, making moves. And me and him was in, you know, contact or just, you know, moves to be made. So there was a great job of just him, you know, reaching out to the players to, you know, things that we were missing that we want. So I think they did a you know, amazing job of putting a lot of great leaders in this building, especially with James also. Asked him a lot of questions too. So I think just the leaders that we have, like John Holland, those guys, you know, they're all leaders, you know, on the defensive side also. I see, you know, him talking to Drew, him talking to Tay. So just having those leaders on the other side of the ball and our side of the ball has been a great.
And then what was your experience like at the Pro Bowl, right? So you went there, and now all of a sudden, you know, after playing with the quarterbacks you were playing with last year, you're playing with the top guys. It seemed like you were really able to show some of the things that maybe you weren't able to show during the regular season.
I mean, yeah, like you said, you know, they had a lot of great talent, you know, quarterbacks there. I was just doing, you know, I was a young buck just trying to get as many open opportunities as I can. But, you know, those guys did, you know, a great job delivering the football.
Malik, you were talking about being consulted on specific moves or being asked in general, you know, by Dave and those guys, you know, what you thought, you know, might help this team go forward.
Yeah, like you said, just what I thought, you know, just on the offensive side of the ball. I didn't really, you know, have say-so on the defensive side. I'm on the offense. But, you know, with Dave, just, you know, he was really telling me, you know, how do you like this decision? How do you like this decision? And I was, you know, it was a relationship that me and Dave established last year that created this relationship over the offseason. So he was able to ask me questions like that because he knew I was going to give great feedback. So just having that as a head coach to come to, you know, a rookie player to decide on what decisions to be made with the team on next year, I feel like it shows, you know, the confidence that he have in me, the confidence the organization have in me. And I'm hoping that we made, you know, the great decisions to be made.
Leak, you talked last year, I remember in the locker room, just about how you love watching young players. Like, you know, you were only a rookie last year, but watch greatness elsewhere. I'm curious, you guys bring in the draft class this year, and Abdul sitting there at the top. Curious, you know, I don't know if you guys have interacted much so far, but what are your impressions when you know you guys drafted him, and what do you see him as a player?
Very explosive player. I feel like he's one of those dogs that we needed to add on the team. So I'm glad, you know, we decided to make that pick. You can put him anywhere, you know, on the football field, whether it's, you know, linebacker, whether it's end, whether it's tackle. So just having that guy on that side of the ball that has that much speed and power, you know, it's going to give a lot of guys hell this year, and I'm excited to see it. You know, I watched him, you know, when he came in the spring. I'm sure we all seen some of the movies he put on the internet, but I got to see a lot of more plays that he's been making, and I'm excited to go see him play. He's a dog, and I'm ready to go see him make some tackles.
Thanks, Malik.
Appreciate it.